Okay, you have created your Scratch account by putting in your email and password, created an account, and now you have logged into that account, and you should come to a page that looks similar to this. On your toolbar, go ahead and select Create, and this will open for you the palette which we will use to create our scratches, edit our scratches, and so on. If you have the tips that come up here, these are helpful. You can use them if you get stuck, but for now, go ahead and close that by clicking on the X. I will introduce you to Scratch. Okay, the first thing that we should know about Scratch is the characters that we use are called sprites. Your sprite can be a letter, your sprite can be an object such as a basketball or a softball or football. Your sprite can be letters, people. It varies. It's up to you. But we will cover how to get a different sprite later. You start off with this cat for your sprite. Okay, now how do we tell this sprite what to do? This window here is where we see the actions of our sprite moving. These are the instructions and directions that we use to give to our sprite, and this area here is where we put those instructions and directions, and if we have issues with them, we can check them here, or if we need to make changes. So, you see the tabs here, scripts, costumes, and sounds. These are the main ones that we will use in order to navigate and work with our sprite. The first one we're going to go to is scripts. Scripts has 10 categories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Of those 10 categories, we will primarily use 5 of them. With that said, I will go through the 5 categories. Motion. Motion being the first one that we will use. This tells our sprite how to move, which way to go, so on and so forth. The next one is looks. This tells our sprite what to look like. We can change the color, we can change the costume, we can tell it to say something and it'll show the words over their head. Sound. This is where we can have this kitty cat make a sound, such as meow. Events. Events is how we tell the kitty cat, how we tell our sprite when to do something. And control is where we tell it how to do it. We control the instructions as to how many times it does something, and so on and so forth. As you get further into the code, you will use more of the control. So let's go back to motion. This is the basic setup in Introduction to Sprite, to Scratch.